Hey guys, Brendan here from Guerilla Fitness. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a breakdown with with regards to our programming and what we kind of do here at Guerilla Fitness. So it's kind of three common questions that we get emailed and get asked quite a bit, and we're going to try and break it down and make things as simple for you as possible. First off, what do you do at Guerilla Fitness? Okay, I'll try to make this as simple as possible. Okay, so what we do at Guerilla Fitness, I suppose, as a CrossFit level 1 instructor, we kind of do follow CrossFit's motto of constantly varied functional movements at high intensity. To break that down a little bit into layman's terms, if you come in every day, we will do a warm-up. Okay, we'll do a dynamic warm-up. As you can see today, we are going to open up the hips and get the main lower body prime movers working, as we will do some strength work which will last for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we will go on to do a workout of the day. Okay, the workout of the day is constantly varied, and this will usually include accessory lifts for either the main strength or skill cycle that we would have done that day. So for example, we're doing back squatting today, 5 sets of 5 at 80% for 1 RM. So the workout of the day is going to include front squats, box jumps, overhead lunges and burpees. Okay, so just getting into accessory lifts, and we tend to do that. If it was deadlifting, we try to get in some rows or pull-ups or swings or something to work the posterior chain. If it was pressing, again we'd have some form of pressing, whether it be push pressing, strict pressing, jerking, push-ups, something along those lines, and we'd probably throw in an antagonistic muscle group there as well. And just to kind of take things a little bit further back and show things on a grander scale of what we kind of do here at Guerilla Fitness, we make strength is probably a priority here. Okay, we do strength work 3 times a day, as strength builds conditioning. Okay, it's very well known, and it's getting that theory out there, particularly within CrossFit gyms, that are more conditioning based, that strength is vitally important. The person who can lift, can do a 100 kilo front squat, they're going to find, that to do a 50 kilo front squat, they'll be able to do that far easier than a person who only has maybe, a 60 or 70 kilo 1 RM front squat. So strength builds conditioning, and the opposite cannot be said. So strength is vitally important, and that's well periodized here. If you can see, I've quickly kind of wrote it down that we've got, we work on 8-week cycles. There'll be 2 deload weeks within the 8 weeks, and we will build to a 1 RM once in that 8-week cycle. And then everything is kind of, all the training weeks, and people will be working on certain percentages to ensure that they're constantly getting the right stimulus and the right feedback, and that allows them to inevitably, 99% of the time, we'll have people hitting new 1 RMs every time that we test it in that week 7 of the 8 weeks. And just to show you then, on a Monday we would always focus on either a back or a front squat. Wednesday would be a deadlift, and Friday would be a pressing. Now we start to incorporate something new on Wednesday, and that if we have quite some strong athletes here that are looking to get into the competitive aspect of CrossFit, and they're deadlifting males, there's a few doing over 200 kilo deadlifts, and a few women, and there's about 5 or 6 women doing in excess of 120 kilo deadlift, which is quite strong. Okay, and we know that back squatting will build the deadlift. We do quite a bit of accessory lifts in the posterior chain, so the deadlift will grow in itself. So what we have them doing is an awful lot of kind of heavy clean and snatch pulls, okay, just to work on their speed strength and help their Olympic lifting movements. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, strength work, 8-week strength cycle, that is gauged to get everybody stronger. Strength builds conditioning, vitally important. We do an awful lot of skill work then on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We would program in either weightlifting or gymnastics, and that effectively is, again, well periodized and programmed. But again, it would start from the bottom level up with the gymnastics. Some people will be just working on basic pull-ups and press-ups, isometric holds. weightlifting will just be, you know, taking people through the different pulls, getting their technique right, and being patient with them on that. And up to the far end of things, you know, we'd have people here doing muscle-ups, ring handstands, the more high-end gymnastic movements, and then we kind of have people doing, you know, a lot of squat snatching, squatting and jerking with good technique and good weight as they progress through and their technique improves. So that's kind of an outline of what a week would look like and what the overall programming goes into, and what we do at Guerilla Fitness. And the second kind of common question is, what would I get out of Guerilla Fitness? Well, we're just kind of looking at the programming aspect. Okay, we won't even touch on the whole community aspect of, you know, training with like-minded people, you know, making an awful lot of friends, and that's a huge part of what we do. But when you're on the actual training floor, we do take that quite serious. So we do kind of guarantee that everybody gets results because of the way that we program, because that we're working to your percentages, and we know exactly how to get the best out of our athletes. Now, what would you actually get out? Well, you're going to get far stronger, okay? That's a guarantee. You're not necessarily going to get bigger or smaller, but you're going to get stronger, okay? We're going to be able to, you know, recruit you. You know, a lot more muscle fibers. We know how to manipulate that, and we know how to get you stronger. As a result, because of our metcons, which is what we'll touch on in a second, you're going to get a whole lot leaner and fitter and build a huge capacity, okay? So that's pretty much anybody, you're going to get stronger, fitter and leaner. Can anybody do it? Okay, this again is a common question, and I spend just a little bit of time on this. Yes, anyone can do this. Young or old, fit, unfit. If you're, you know, a rugby player, a mountain climber, a triathlete, you know, anybody can do this, and everybody will benefit out of it, particularly with how we program. So, can anybody do it? Yes. Okay. To take you through our kind of introduction sequence, I just have it briefly wrote down here. So on month 1, everybody must go through an introduction, because we do so many different weightlifting movements, powerlifting movements, and gymnastic style movements. You know, it's new to so many people. So we take you through a month-long introduction, okay? And we spend 1 week on how to squat, 1 week on Olympic lifts and deadlifting, 1 week on pressing techniques, and then we spend 1 week integrating you into main classes, okay? So once you've completed your intro, that, you know, is completely designed on just ensuring that you've got proper biomechanics and you understand the technique. We're not worried about how fit you are, how strong you are. It's just getting you moving right and getting you a little bit confident with the movements. In month 2, we will do what we call strength and conditioning. So you won't enter straight into the strength cycle. You won't enter into the main gymnastics. What you do is we will always scale every sort of a movement. So today we're doing a strength cycle 5x5 at 80% of your 1RM for those who have been here longer than 3 months, and if you're lifting weights heavy enough, we'll introduce into the strength cycle. For somebody new into strength and conditioning, okay, we're going to do 5 sets of 8, and ultimately we wouldn't know what your 1RM capabilities lie, so we just do it with moderate weight, and it's just there to help build confidence and get you moving and just getting an awful lot more volume in those kind of exercises that will build your confidence and then just allow you to properly move heavier weight. And then 1-3, obviously then, once you do get that confidence, and if you are lifting sufficient weight and we feel comfortable, we will then put you into the strength cycle and start pushing you a little bit harder to start moving heavier weight. As we know that if you can lift heavier weight, you'll get far better results out of it, and you'll start, you know, recruiting and manipulating energy systems differently. And yes, can anybody do it? So yeah, we're saying that anybody of all fitness levels can do it, but particularly, you know, athletes, okay, rugby players, GA players, you know, it doesn't matter who you are, you need to be stronger, okay? Strength builds conditioning, we've established that already. So yes, you're going to get stronger here, and that will benefit you. Can an old person or just your simple office worker, do they need to be stronger? I'm going to say yes, okay? Again, strength builds conditioning, it's vitally important. You know, it just allows you to carry your Christmas shopping around a little bit longer. You know, if you're going to play strength, makes life that little bit easier. It builds your conditioning. But then with regards to just the arm, when we come to the WOD, okay, the WOD is what we call a METCON. That stands for metabolic conditioning. Basically that is just an intense workout that you'll be working in an oxygen deprived state. Sounds a little bit scary, but it's not, okay? What that does is basically manipulates your energy system so that you will start burning more fat at rest, so to speak, but also more important to that is that for the athletes out there, is that because you are in an oxygen deprived state, that allows you to build your anaerobic energy system, which will allow you to build your aerobic energy system. Aerobic doesn't build anaerobic, anaerobic builds aerobic, okay? So if you're a distance runner, okay, and you're just here doing a 12-minute Metcon in an oxygen-deprived state, that will allow you to train at a higher intensity for far longer and cover far more miles at a faster pace. If you're a runner, if you're a triathlete, and as I said, if you're a rugby player or a field sports person, okay, it's important to be able to build that anaerobic capacity and just that lung capacity and engine size. And as well, just a person who is not an athlete, just wants to get fit and lean, okay, and there's been so many studies that have come out. It's really becoming popular at this stage, thank God, that you know, low steady state aerobic type activity is not the most, I wouldn't say it's not the best type of activity to help shed those extra pounds, okay? It's becoming more and more prevalent that high intensity interval type training and metabolic type conditioning is far superior for the average person to help burn body fat, okay? Even things just as hill sprints, prowler runs, you know, short distance sprints, they are far, far, far superior than just going for a 10K run, okay? So what we do here, as you can see, is that we prioritize strength. Anybody can do what we do, and what will you get out of it? You're going to get a hell of a lot fitter, a hell of a lot stronger, and a hell of a lot leaner, okay? So if you want to be any of those three things, give us a call.